Just last year, Liverpool won the league. En route to that title, they only lost 4 games. This year, they lost 4 games in a row. That's just the Premier League. In all comps last year, they lost about 9 games. They've lost 8 games so far and we're only in November. From being odds-on favorites to win the title to being below Sunderland in the standings. How did we get here? Well, if you haven't noticed, this isn't the same personnel that won the league last year. They spent the most money ever by a club in a single transfer window, breaking the British transfer record twice. Even though they had some big signings, they also had some detrimental departures. I made a video talking about all of the major transfers that happened in the summer transfer window if that interests you. If not, let me quickly summarize Liverpool's transfer window. Frimpong from Leverkusen for 35 million euros. Kirkes from Bournemouth for 47 million euros. Florian Wirtz for a British transfer record of 125 euros from Leverkusen. Ekitike being their most expensive striker for 95 million euros from Frankfurt. Leone from Parma for 31 million euros. Isak from Newcastle for another British transfer record fee of 145 million euros. And finally, their backup keeper, Mamadashvili, returning from loan. Gehi was in line to join Liverpool, even finishing his physical, but the deal literally fell through last second. Trent would head to Real Madrid for 10 million euros. Kelleher would join Brentford for 14.8 million euros. Kwanzaa to Leverkusen for 35 million euros. Diaz joining Bayern for 70 million euros. Nunez officially retiring, heading to Al Hilal for 53 million euros. Harvey Elliott getting sent on loan to Aston Villa with an obligation to buy of 40 million euros. And obviously the death of Diogo Jota. Rest in peace to him and Andre Silva. Liverpool wouldn't get off to the best of starts, losing to Crystal Palace in the Community Shield in penalties. This penalty right here was a sign of things to come. Their first official match would be against Bournemouth, and they would go up 2-0. All because of their new signing, Ekitike, who contributed to both of those goals. The last person to do that for Liverpool in their debut was... oh God, not again. There'd be an incident where a fan would hurl racist remarks towards Semenyo, and it was then he was out looking for blood. He would go on a rampage, scoring 2 goals to tie it up. But it would be for naught. Liverpool would score too late to win the game. We didn't have to wait long for that Isak derby. This was also the game Szoboszlai would get placed at right back. After this red card, nobody expected to see the game we saw. Despite being a man down, Newcastle would keep on fighting, even scoring 2 goals to tie the game up. It would take the heroics of a minor for Liverpool to make it out alive. Liverpool fans might not make it to the end of the season. Back-to-back high-octane games? And their next matchup is against Arsenal? I'm assuming that game is gonna follow suit, right? I mean, just look at this midfield. What do you think? It took a beaut of a free kick by Szoboszlai for Liverpool to lead that game with a dub. The following matchup should be a gimme. It's against the newly promoted Burnley. Are you kidding me? What happened? What? Oh, got you. Liverpool's first taste of Champions League ball would be against Atletico Madrid. It would take a 90-minute header by Van Dijk for them to win the game. Are you sensing a pattern with Liverpool so far? Back to the Premier League we go, and they would go up against Everton. Woo, they would beat comfortably. Liverpool fans could finally get a breather, but that wouldn't last too long. On to the Carabao Cup, where they would face Southampton. It would take the magic of Chiesa to set up Ekitike for the winner. Ekitike would celebrate this winner, mind you, against a side that put up 12 points last year when they were up. Just 1 point off from tying the Premier League lowest. And this wasn't good. Cause he was on a yellow. He received the red and now he's disqualified from playing in their next match. I understand celebrating a win, but you celebrating like that really costs your team. Cause the game you missed, boy, what a game you missed. Oh, and this would also be the game Isak scored his first goal for Liverpool. The score doesn't tell the full story on what happened. Here is a reenactment of what Crystal Palace was doing to Liverpool. Even how Liverpool scored was a bit questionable. Alisson was putting in a shift, but he can only hold off for so long. Nketiah would be the one to put it past him to give Crystal Palace their second straight win against Liverpool. To make things worse, Guehi was actually credited for assisting Crystal Palace's first goal. They would head to Istanbul to face Gala and they would get handed an L. Back to the Premier League, they would face Chelsea and we would get this phenomenal goal by Caicedo. The goal also started a certain dialogue. Once again, Liverpool would get a taste of their own medicine, losing to Chelsea late. Have no fear, Liverpool fans. Your next matchup is against United. Their manager hasn't won back-to-back games. And guess what? They just won their previous game, so you know what that means, right?
Redelivered by Bruno Fernandes. Harry Maguire!
That's not what Did Emeram just win back-to-back games? And to do that, he beat Liverpool to do that, to accomplish. With that win, mind you, United is now above Liverpool in the standings. If that's not a cause to pause, I don't know what would. Seems like Liverpool woke up because they would head to the Champions League and absolutely dominate Frankfurt. Florian Wirtz finally showed us why Liverpool broke the bank for him, contributing with his first 2 assists of his Liverpool career. Maybe they can build on this momentum that they have. Never mind. Shout out Jordan Henderson getting the dub against his former club. For the 3rd time, they would go up against Crystal Palace, and for the 3rd time, they would leave with an L. That loss officially kicked them out of the Carabao Cup. Liverpool will finally start picking up some wins, beating Aston Villa and also beating Real Madrid in a dominating fashion. In that game, we saw the best game Wirtz has played in a Liverpool kit. Trent would make his return to Anfield coming in as a sub, and obviously he would get booed. These wins came at a perfect time because their next matchup is against Man City. With Arsenal dropping points against Sunderland, this is the perfect opportunity for one of the clubs to close the gap between them and Arsenal. With that context, you would think this game would be a competitive one. It wasn't. To answer the question at the beginning of this video, how did we get here? Well, the record-breaking signings haven't played up to their standards. Frimpong, who was supposed to be Trent's replacement, is not even above a midfielder for the right back spot. Don't even get me started on Kirkes. Looking back, missing out on Guehi was massive. And Salah, man, fell off a cliff. Yes, we all weren't expecting him to continue the level of play he was playing at last year, but give us something. And the worst part is, he's gonna play even worse. We still have Christmas Salah on the horizon. Let me know down in the comments below, do you guys think that they can make a late push for the title, or it's just GG's and they should just focus on getting a Champions League placement? Or they should just focus on Champions League? Let me know.